So, yes. Come on, regular burpees. Yes. Then regular burpee into renegade rows. Yes. 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 Into side planks. Yes. Side plank. Yes. Reverse burpee. Yeah. Squat. Yeah. Reverse burpee. Yeah. Yeah. Reverse burpee. Dip. Reverse burpee. Dip. Core. Reverse burpee. Neck raise. Mini savory twist. Mini savory twist. Coach Blue squats. Standing rollouts. Walk over. I'm gonna work out tomorrow again. Low walks. Oh my god. What's happening? My name is Albert. Welcome to another workout with this 61-year-old. And also, welcome to this 2 video in 1 video, which means there's 2 portions. Portion number 1 is the workout portion where I work out in real time. And then portion number 2 is where the topic is me developing this burpee. This is level number 5 now. I've come 5 levels so far. And what that means is that I developed a burpee with a certain idea, maybe 6 exercises all stringed together within a burpee. And then I went to 7 and then to 9. And now I'm at 16 or 17. I don't know. It's getting so complex that it's very hard to count because there's so many moves. And so this burpee right here, I think is going to be the cap. I don't know if I could go any further because of what this burpee or what I have planned entails. And so the best way for me to get into everything is for me to do this burpee at level number 5 with 14, 15, maybe 16 exercises. I'll count later. And then elaborate upon the actual experiences. And so let's get to it. All right, so here we go. Let's see what I can do. I'm gonna try to remember everything. And so now I'm starting out with regular burpees first. 2. Into the renegade rows. Into the side plank. Yes. Into shoulder press. 2. Second one, jump into the reverse core burpee. Then out into the dips. And then back. And then up into the odd squat. Lunges. Yes. Back into the shoulder press. Jump. Reverse core burpee. Over. Dip. Again. Over. Claw. Backwards burpee. Into the Coach Blue. Dip. Into Yes. One thing I forgot that I want to do right now, get it in my brain. The reverse core burpee must have leg raises. I forgot. It's okay. Let me do those. So, reverse core burpee into the leg raise. Again, reverse core burpee. Again, reverse core. Okay. All right, so those are light weights. I was gonna go heavy, but I said, nah, not for this. My body is so pumped and so sore from 2 days ago when I did level number 4. Everything is so pumped that I cannot go heavy. I gotta be careful. So this is a skill drill where I'm gonna go through all the motions to make sure that I lock it in. And so it's looking pretty good. You know, this drill here is gonna follow a certain sequence that's meant to fall apart. The reason why it falls apart is because this burpee is a full body burpee, but it can actually, the burpee can zero in on certain areas where I'm feeling strong. Like right now, my chest is so freaking pumped and my lats that allows me to go ahead and do more leg exercises. My core is also really freaking pumped out from the last workout. So I got a lot of legs in me. And so what this means is that when I get to the squat portion, I can have a leg party within holding that bit before I go into the next move. And so that's the idea of developing a burpee that works every single muscle. I think for sure I covered every single muscle, even the jump now, it takes care of the calves. Because I was wondering, like, am I working the calves? And so the jump, once I'm here and I jump, calves, and so that's taken care of. And so as far as I'm concerned, there's not a muscle missing. The lats are being taken care of with the dip, the shoulder dips. And so I'm trying to shout out these portions for memory purposes. Like there's something about saying renegade rows, okay, side planks. There's something about that when I say it, it kind of like helps me record it into my system. I'm trying to get it so that when this burpee is locked down, that there's absolutely no necessary to use my mind whatsoever, because now I'm moving within the burpee and I'm doing all kinds of moves naturally without any input from me trying to follow some type of protocol. All the exercises could be scattered all over the place, and I could go to this exercise, to that exercise. I could start off differently. I could start off backwards. It can be just a party of a whole bunch of different ways of working out. And so what this really does is that this provides me with a new way of working out all the time, so that I'm not following a protocol, a design, no kind of training factor, nothing that is on a spreadsheet that I'm looking saying, well, I'm going to do it. This is a freaking such an organic, this is such an organic burpee. It has a great name, organic burpee. And so I'm going to go now and give it another crack and go through all the motions and see how I do this time. So let's get to it. All right, so here we go. Ready for round number 2, baby. Okay, regular burpees. Jump. Renegade rows. Yes. 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 Side plank. Yes. Side plank. Yes. Yes. Shoulder press 1. Shoulder press 2. Jump. Yes. Yes. Squat here. Lunge here. Lunge here. Squat again. Reverse burpee. Yes, again. Into the dips. Yes. Crawl. Reverse burpee. Leg raise. Reverse burpee. Leg raise. Coach Blue squat. Walking. Stand out. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, bro. Oh, man. It's coming together nicely. There's a few bits I have to remember, such as I want to include a leg raise every time I do a reverse burpee. So I want to remember that, because I'm doing a lot more reverse burpees now as opposed to level 4. So as I can see, I'm sweating already. There's a development of heavy breathing, which means that the exercises is freaking taking its course. And so when I do this with heavier weights, it's gonna be freaking a monster of a workout to get through, because how I freaking tax my muscles depending on what I end up doing within the burpee. Because if I decide to say, well, I have a lot of energy, the heavy weight that I thought was heavy is not as heavy, then I'll just crawl back and forth for a longer time. That crawling right there will burn me out for the next rounds. In the same token, if I do a whole round, a whole set of burpees, and I'm still charged, and I just go ahead and do another one. And of course, at a certain point, something's gonna start to like wear out. And so that's where the burpee starts to unfold itself naturally. And so what happens to me so far is that my chest is giving out first. And then what I do is that I take the chest out. So then I do just the Renegade rows without the chest. And I could just do the side planks without the chest. And do all the other exercises until I come back to when the chest is rested. I go back and give it another woof. And that creates the stimulus and the demand. And I think this is a 100% bodybuilding burpee here, because how heavy you go is up to the desire of the person doing this type of an exercise. And so when it comes to building muscle, does it build muscle? Absolutely. If it doesn't build muscle, then you don't know what you're doing, sorry. Because you should know, like, it's so obvious that I already know that building muscle can happen through light weights. It bothers me that that's a question for someone. It shouldn't be a question. If we're exercising and there's 10, let's say we just take a bracket of 10 years of working out. So many freaking days, man, that we can, work out with heavy weights and light weights to know this. So many, so much time we have within 10 years to diet and to see what happens. For it to be a question, it means that the person is not working out. Or the person is working out under the blueprint, under the protocol, under the regimen of something that's designed for him, and he's following it. And putting the mind into saying, well, when I worked out with light weights, man, the pump that I got and what I saw was incredible, because I've seen my bicep grow within a workout. It started at a certain point, and even someone commented and said, yo, dude, within 15, 20 minutes, your bicep was so freaking pumped and round. You can see it grow. These are the observations that I think everyone ought to have about their fitness journey. Like, you ought to know. So the question whether heavy weights or light weights is an amateur question. It's a question that ought to come from someone that has no knowledge of exercising. Then that's cool. Then, okay, light weights or heavy weights, and I go do both. My answer is to do both. Why subject yourself just to one when you could just do both? And so you find a day where you're strong and you just go heavy just for the sake of going heavy. And then one day, like today, I'm going lighter because my body is so freaking shot from level 4 that I better go lighter. So this is me following my system. This is not me trying to push myself against my body's wishes. And so this feels so freaking good. This almost feels like a massage now. I'm going light, I'm not going so heavy, and I'm being very careful. So this brings me again to, this is round number 3 to do a whole set. And I'm gonna do what I did like the last one, rock the areas where I missed, just to make sure that I'm pretty much filling in all these new areas. I think there's 5 new exercises that are added onto this as opposed to level number 4. So this workout, yo bro, this workout is a freaking bomb. So let's get to it. All right, so here we go, round number 3, baby. Let's get to it now. Regular burpees, yeah. Second one, into Renegade rows. Yes. 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 Into side planks. Yes. Side plank. Push up. Yes. Reverse burpee. Yeah. Yep. Into the squats. Lunges. Lunges. Squat. Amida. Get it. Yes. Dips. Yes. Reverse burpee. Crawl. Yeah. Reverse burpee. Coach Blue. Standing roll out. Walk it over. I had to do that. Oh, that ending was great. That ending was freaking the bomb, bro. Every time I finish a set, the dumbbells end up back there where I need to start with them up front. So I said, let me do. That's something I learned from Diamond Art again, where you're kind of crunched down, and I'm actually gonna do this a lot better now. So there goes another exercise that I added to put this together in a sense where it's wrapped up so nicely. And this is wrapped up nicely, man. And so I'm doing really good. I'm getting caught up with calling, like I said in level number 4, I do not coordinate well between my mind and body. Maybe what I have to do is put the names, like shut, do the moves, and flash the exercises that I'm doing, because I'm better with visuals. Like I pick up on things just naturally without thinking about it, and pick up on the visuals. And so there's a lot going on, man. There's more chest now, which is really cool. The side planks is a new addition that I added today. The leg raises are starting to feel as though I should only dedicate that to one of them, because there's a certain stretch I get that the leg raise interrupts, and I don't want to have the leg raise interrupt. So you see what happens here? The burpee itself is talking to me. It's not that I'm just writing things down and saying, well, now that has to happen. The burpee talks to me, and then what happens is that I start to rearrange things according to how they could connect a lot better, and where I could get more fluidity in it. And so the reverse burpees, I was leaving it to us just doing it as a second half. Like I was doing all the front stuff, and then second half backwards burpees, and doing a whole bunch of stuff at that end. And now what I'm doing is that I'm putting in reverse burpees all over the place. And so now that I have felt that the leg raises ought to be dedicated, I'm going to save that for the very end portion, which is perfect, because now I get to really see how this is unfolding. And so my homework is to watch this. Like I really watch these videos very, very carefully, and I add the chapters, which is another way for you, like if you don't necessarily care for the exercise, and you really like want to just hear things about, because there are people that are just listeners. There are people that learn through listening. Like they can hear something and catch it, and just as good as if they did it. And so I'm not like that. I have to visually see, and then I have to do, and then the doing records it into my system, and then it becomes automatic, you know, like my nunchucks. When I'm dealing with the nunchucks, there's a whole freaking sequence of steps that I followed. But now when I freaking practice, I have no idea where I'm gonna go, what's happening. I may swing it this way. The nunchucks are swinging themselves for a sense. It's working in a backward sense, which is great. I can associate that with drumming because I'm a drummer. And when I'm drumming, there's a certain way that I'm just freaking jamming along. And there's a lot of little accents and things that I don't plan because I'm feeling it out. And so that becomes the body, my body's way of just working. And so the mind plays a little part. And so, cool. I made sure to talk enough to catch my breath. That's the idea too, for me to talk as a rest period. And then I get to hear a lot of the things and where I'm coming from that also provides me with stimulus, provides me with new ideas. Like a lot of times I hear myself speak and I pick up on a lot of things that could help me make these videos better, help me explain things better, because a lot of times when I'm talking on this channel, when I speak, I seem to kind of cross words into the point where I wonder if someone really caught what I had said, because I jump from one thing to the other without completing the entire sentence. And so I'm being careful with that. So this is the benefit of having a YouTube channel, especially if you're doing it like me, where I'm journaling and I'm documenting my workouts. Becomes a great way to document workouts and keep a tab of what's going on. I could go back to 2 years ago to see how my push-up skills were. I could go back a year ago to see how this was, how that was. And I can also test my progression to see, like, okay, if I hung this amount of time 2 years ago, how much am I hanging now? And then I can see, oh no, I'm getting stronger. Oh, wow, it's not true that you get weaker as you age. And so these are the things that I find out. And so I'm ready. I am freaking sweating a lot, man. And so that's great. And so now let's get to, I think this is round number 4. Let's get to it. All right, here we go for round number 4 or 5. Who knows, bro? I lose count, so I'm going to go into regular burpees. Come on, regular burpees. Yes. Then regular burpee into renegade rows. Yes. Into side planks. Yes. Side plank. Yes. Reverse burpee. Yeah. Squat. Yeah. Reverse burpee. Yeah. Reverse burpee. Dip. Reverse burpee. Dip. Core. Reverse burpee. Neck raise. Mini sabre twist. Mini sabre twist. Coach Blue squats. Standing rollouts. Walk over. I forgot the Lily Sabre twist. Yo. It got me. See, now this portion right here, I will watch over and over and over and over and over, because that's the closest I got. And I also milked it with the reverse core, and I milked the squats, which is the idea. And so I got this tingling feeling through my whole body. Like, look, I'm all sweating. So, yes. Yes, I'm sweating. I'm breathing hard. I think everything is in there. The ideal way to approach this burpee is not to be so rigid about it. Like within the burpee, I could almost feel like, oh, let me get into this, let me get into that, which will get me to cover whatever I didn't cover. So I'm gonna correct this bit of trying to not be so sequential, to loosen up. Like there's already bits that I got locked in, like the Renegade rows into the side planks, that's locked in. After that, I was going directly into the shoulder presses, into the squats, but now I'm going into reverse burpees. And so here's where I'm gonna allow myself to bend the rules. But within bending these rules, I better make sure that I get the Lily Sabri in, and I get whatever else in that I may have forgotten. Luckily that a lot of the exercises itself, they seem to segue right into the exercise, what makes it easier. Like once I do the dip and I go back into the core and I come back to do the dip, that is already a signal. The exercise itself is a signal for me to go ahead and do the crawl. Now the crawl is something that I believe, or I heard, that works every single muscle. I don't think it works every single muscle because the back muscles are not being worked. And so it's working enough muscles. Let's put it that way, you know. This exercise here is not a fluff exercise. Like, it's not one exercise to work every muscle and kind of like satisfy people that want an easy way out. This is a very difficult and demanding exercise. This is an advanced burpee styled powered workout where it takes intensity, and it takes a real good, it takes confronting it like this. It's not an easy way out like a lot of people want to give. Oh, do this exercise to work every muscle, or do this one exercise. It's the one and only exercise that you ever need. It's just a lazy approach. Because that one exercise, if I had one exercise to do, I'll go crazy. I don't know how people, let's say, if you're 30 years old and you're going to live to 90, you can have 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, all those freaking years to do one exercise. It's really freaking not thought out. It's not creative. It's not supplying the body with an avenue of creativity, an avenue to see, wow, I really like these exercises, so let me expand on them. Let me freaking drill. Let me see what I end up getting from these type of exercises that I like so much. And so that's the difference. And so I have such a variety of exercises that it keeps things interesting. It keeps me interesting, and it keeps me constantly facing exercises that challenge me and challenge my creativity. Like that last bit where I walk, it finishes the legs off. It's very difficult. I don't like to say the word difficult, but that exercise is difficult, man. When you're walking like that, oh my God, it's really taxing. So it's a good way to freaking just fry out whatever it is that you want to fry out. And so this is what I know. My upper body is finished. My legs can take a lot. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to bank on that. I'm going to bank on that. The core also feels like it ought to rest. My legs are freaking in gear. They could get down. I could run up and down the stairs right now. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to face this this hybrid powered burpee. Hybrid. I keep forgetting to say hybrid. Hybrid is such an important word because hybrid, it already, the name, it means to incorporate a combination of exercises. Very important. I didn't say it for level 1, 2, 3, and I don't think I even said it number 4. But the word hybrid is where I need to really emphasize that hybrid is so important as a hybrid burpee, which means that a hybrid burpee is just a combination of many exercises. And so I'm trying to keep this within the grid of a burpee by doing the jumps. That's the whole idea of jump and then come back and jump. And so when I master this, I should be able to do this fast, and it should look so beautiful. It should look like, wow, and I have lights behind me. And so, okay, so I rested enough to face another round, and so let's get to it. All right, so here we go. And this is round 5 or round 6, I don't know. I'll go to the chapters, man. It'll be perfectly set out right there, the chapters. All right, so regular burpees. Yes. Into Renegade rows. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Plank twist. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Reverse burpee. Yeah. Into odd squats. Come on now. Yeah. Reverse burpee. Into dips. Reverse burpee. Into dips. Crawl. Yes. Reverse burpee. Leg raise. Really savory to the left. Really savory to the right. Coach blue dips. Yeah. Standing roll out. Low walks. Oh my God. Oh, yo. Look at me. Real, bro. I don't edit, man, so I get to see this 61-year-old in action, man. I get to see what I'm developing and putting together. Thank you to all the creators that I worked out with for 9+ years. I really worked out with perhaps hundreds upon hundreds of fitness influencers throughout the 9 years. And by watching them, everybody's different, man. Everybody's different. The bone structure is different. Muscle flexibility is different. Speed is different. The mobility within the body's ability to move in certain ways varies depending on who it is. The style, the little tweaks. Some influencers that go lower than others. Some of them that are explosive. Some of them that are so mechanically slow, which is really good too. And so what I do is that since I worked out with so many different influencers, I now have that. And I live with all those experiences because I worked out 9+ years with even Nicocado Avocado, I worked out with him. I found a video where he was working out and I said, you know what? Let me take that move that he's doing because it was interesting. I never did it before. And let me see if I could do it. And then I strapped on a 5 kg vest and then I added weights. And I found ways to enhance that workout. So this shows that I do not pick and choose really per se. I see an exercise and I go, I never did that before, let me try it. Then within trying the exercise, I go ahead and develop the exercise so that I can see its sweet points. You know, there's a sweet area where I go, you know, that exercise, if I freaking held a resistance band while doing it, and I held it, then I will be creating a stimulus within the exercise to add extra demand on more muscles rather than the muscles that it was demanding before. So I actually intensify the exercise. And so that's what this channel brings to the table. And so my reach is very low. My engagement is very low. I've already accepted it. I have just a very little people who care to watch this channel, which I guess I understand. I don't think that this channel has reached the proper audience, because I think there's a lot of people that are my age that are interested in burpees, that are creative, that would love an exercise like this. This exercise could be as short as you want or as long as you want. It's really, really cool. It's so flexible, the exercise. It's not like counting to 12 with the biceps and then putting them down and counting to 12. It's not like that, where it kind of begins and ends. This here can take on a flow like this here, this round 5 or round 6. I don't know what round I'm at. I freaking just milked the squats. I said, well, I'm going to freaking go left. I decided to even hop into it because the weights are light enough for me to hop into it. And so I'm doing that. I think I didn't do any jumps, so I have to freaking really watch these things. So this is going to take time for me to get together. I mean, I added 5 new exercises, and so I need to practice patience with this. I have the whole month. This whole month is going to be dedicated to mastering this hybrid powered burpee. That's what this whole month is going to be dedicated to. This is going to be the first month where I truly dedicate myself to mastering a certain exercise and getting it to a point where I can go, wow, look at this entire thing. And actually within the completion of a creation, because I'm going from this exercise to that fitness influencer, doing this exercise, going heavy, going light. I'm all over the place, and so there's a nice structure that's going on, topic, being very, very careful, and so this is coming out really, really good. And so I am going to now go into the drill. I'm not going to do push-ups now because my chest is shot. So what I'm going to do is take out the push-up portion and do everything else except the push-ups and see how it goes. And I'm going to make a mental note right here to make sure that I shoulder press into the jump. That's so important because that looks nice. So let's get to it. All right, so here we go, baby. I think this is round 5, round 6. Who knows, baby? But who cares, bro? So, okay, I'm going to leave out the push-ups because my chest is shot. So that's it. And so now, regular burpees. Yes, regular burpees into Renegade rows. Yes, into side plank. Yes, side plank. Yes, now get up and reverse burpee. Yeah, get them up there. Squat. Yeah. Reverse burpee. Dips. Reverse burpee. It's dips. Crawl. Oh dear. Yeah. Reverse burpee. Leg raise. Yes. Up. To the left. To the right. Coach blue dip. Standing roll out. Yeah. The finale. That's it. That's it, baby. That better be it, because I'm gonna continue tomorrow. I'm gonna work out tomorrow again. And so now what the hell is this? Is this a freaking taxing exercise, bro? Did I freaking kill it? What's going on here, bro? And so, okay, relax. You know, I don't even know. I'm here doing a drill. But the drill turns out to be a full-on exercise. I came in beat down from level number 4. Like, in other words, today should have been a rest day. But because I'm so excited about these new additions and my mind is turning, I almost had to say, okay, well, take it easy. Just do the steps. Do light weights. I got the lighter weights. And here I am now doing the exercises, and the crawl by itself without any weight is a freaking challenging exercise. And so I'm so excited that I incorporated the core, because now what this is doing is satisfying one thing. It's satisfying all my mental urges, my physical urges to do the crawl. And I never get to it because there's this other exercise that I want to do, and I set it up, and it has a, it's contained. Like when I work out with Coach Blue, that's a contained workout with Coach Blue. I got Coach Blue. And so we get down together and we do a whole bunch of exercises. So it's contained. And so things like the leg raises, things like the side plank even. I do the side planks with girls. I do them with the bikini model fitness girls, and I did side planks with them, but with no weights. Here I'm doing weights. And so I'm revisiting that. I'm revisiting the core. I'm revisiting the leg raises. And so there's so many things that I'm actually getting. And now the way I close this exercise, where I'm doing the final walk, is another addition that just came to me to just put the entire burpee in order. So it's set. So if I'm going to repeat this, the weights are perfectly set for me to do the regular burpee. And so I also had intended, which will always be there for me, to finish off like with body weight burpees, the regular burpees, just to end it, which that's going to be there for the future. So everything is ironed out. Okay, so now this workout, it comes to a close. This is level number 5, mastering the burpee, developing the burpee, constructing the burpee, formulating the burpee. There's so many ways that I want to call this, and I'm not even sure if this even constitutes a burpee, but I'm calling it a burpee because who cares? The idea is that I do the exercise. I do not necessarily care about the name, but I know you do. I know the world really, really favors calling things the right things, but I don't care. I want to do the exercise. Call it whatever you want. Call it the frog, freaking whatever. Call it whatever, bro. I don't care. So this workout comes to a close. The sweat that is coming out of me is almost like a freaking steam. It's almost like I'm in a sauna. That's the type of sweat that's coming out of me, which means that this is a great cardio already. Great. And there's muscular everything. This video, man. So my legs, I worked them good. My chest is shot, so I stopped in time. Core, everything. Legs, jump, everything, bro. And so until the next one, I am done.